Hey y'all. Ray's crazy. And Ace sees that Ray's is crazy. She has shown her hand more than one time at this point. I feel like it was too horn dog for me. Like, don't get me wrong, I love me a smooth book, but you have to also make sure that the plot makes sense. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Ronnie, and welcome back to another video. So, of course, this is another reading vlog, but this reading vlog is going to be something that I've never done before. I decided that this reading vlog is going to be of me reading nothing but urban fiction. Y'all don't see me reading that as much as other genres and like other type of like just writing styles, but I love me a good urban fiction. Okay, like I said, as I've always stated, I love me a good black love, and I don't know, urban lit just do something to me. It just do something for the soul, for that soul, at least. What's wrong, baby? Huh? You want a phone? I'll tell your mama you want your phone. Sorry, mama do this. Right. So, the first book that I'm reading, that I'm actually already currently reading now, I am about 50% into it. It is called Heaven Sent Me a Hood Hero. It's by J. Jones. Yes, I'm reading it so far. It's really good. Now, the next book that I also will be reading, it's also by J. Jones, and it's When a Gangster Wants You. So, I'm very excited for that one. The third book that I plan on reading is Ethic by Ashley Antoinette. I'm really excited about that one because I did read Moth to a Flame, and baby, that book had me crying. Not just crying, boo-hoo crying. I'm really excited. I'm in my comfort zone. So I'm excited. Good morning. It is the next day, and I have finally finished Heaven Sent Me a Hood Hero. I went ahead and gave that book a 3.5. It was good. I was intrigued. I was having a good time while reading it, but it didn't give me 5-star feels. And I did give it a 4 out of 5 at first in my notes, but then when I woke up this morning, I thought about it and I was like, I'm gonna get a 3.5. I just feel like the romance in it, the main romance between Jet and Nas, I feel like it was believable, but at the same time it wasn't, because I feel like at the same time, if Nas had just got back to Earth and he suddenly was pushed back into this earthly realm, and it felt like only yesterday that all this stuff happened to him, he would still be grieving. Him getting so attached to Jet so quickly didn't make sense. I feel like she could have made this a lot more of a slow burn, since she was making a book 2 anyway. Because honestly, the real reason of moving forward in this book was that it was so much drama going on. And so I feel like the drama that was going on in this book would have sufficed. It would have kept the reader reading without needing the romance to progress as quickly as it did. Don't get me wrong, like, she did try to wait until at least the end of the book to get them together. But to me, it still just didn't feel believable because most of the book pretty much takes place in 1 week. I don't know, like, she could have played a little bit up, played the angel plot up more. Like, he was still just thieving and shit. Like, the whole time I was just laughing because this nigga is really a klepto, and I'm like, he's supposed to be an angel. Like, girl, let's play this part up a little bit more. Like, I feel like she didn't really play the angel part up more on his part. Like, more should have happened with him because he's an angel. Like, I don't know. It definitely is magical realism in this book. It's not a fantasy. I wouldn't say that. It's really like magical realism. And I like that. I did like that. I liked that part of it for sure. So, I don't know. I really enjoyed the book, but it just can't get a really high rating because it was just too many things that kind of bothered me. But I did like it, and I do think I'm going to read the second book. I don't know yet. I'm going to go ahead and read the other 2 books I plan on reading in this vlog first before I move on. I will give y'all the synopsis. Give me a second. Okay. I'm sitting outside my job, and I just want to go ahead and give y'all this synopsis so I can go ahead and get in, clock in, get my money on. Okay. This girl named Jet, she was basically like a hood princess in the past, but unfortunately her father passed and her mother went like clinically insane, so she's in the psych ward. So she ends up along with her brother and raises him, right? And as she's raising him, of course, she also has a best friend, and unfortunately in the current situation, she is hooking up with her best friend's husband or like man or whatever, while she's literally running away from the house because her best friend ends up coming home. Literally this random guy just pops down on her hood while she's like sprinting away, and she thinks that she ran him over. The person that she thinks that she ran over is the MMC. His name is, girl, what's his name? Nas. Basically, she thinks that she ran Nas over, and it just goes from there. But Nas is an angel. Basically, it goes from there. It's really crazy. It's a lot of plot twists and stuff. So, will that suffice? I think that will. I went ahead and started on the next book, which is When a Gangster Wants You, which is also by the same author, J. Jones. And I'm already 80% in. I started at the beginning of my work shift. I literally barely had any work to do today, and I read that basically the whole book. I'm at 80%. So far, this is giving 4-star, maybe even 4.5, because it's a lot better than Heaven Sent Me a Hood Hero. It's definitely a really good book. I'm enjoying it. That's why I've gotten so far so fast. I'm very much interested in these characters, baby. But I want to go ahead and just give y'all the synopsis of this book before I give y'all the review. It's this girl who's working at a strip club, and on the side, she basically is like robbing niggas to stay afloat. Now, how she got into this situation is that her boyfriend, Sensation, got her into robbing niggas, basically, to, come up on some money with her and him. Now, Sensation got locked up, and basically now she's doing this stuff and working at the strip club in order to pay on his books and also just keep herself afloat, right? Master comes into the strip club, and they lock eyes with each other. They see each other, and they basically both find each other attractive. The bad part about this is Master is Sensation's big brother. So you can just see how messy that's gonna be. And basically it starts from there, and it moves very quickly. Let me tell you that much. ethic when I just remembered that I didn't give y'all the review for the last book I just finished, When Against the Wants You. I wrote down everything that I actually wanted to say. The first thing that I want to at least give y'all is the actual rating. So the rating that I would give When Against the Wants You by J. Jones is a 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed the book. It was really good. I ate it up for sure. I do believe that it was a lot better than Heaven Sent Me a Hood Hero. I definitely like this book way more than the last book, but I do still have some critiques when it comes to this book, and it also kind of goes into Heaven Sent Me a Hood Hero as well. One thing I did put is she repeats the same lines over and over. One of the examples she put, his definition of being romantic was popping some popcorn and watching Netflix. And then I put a little note, this is the third time saying this. So she will say the same thing over and over in that example of like, oh yeah, he wasn't really romantic with me. All we ever did was have a night in and watch Netflix and eat popcorn. She would say that, like, she said it 3 times for sure. By the third time, I was sick of it. And I had to write it down because that was just annoying, because it wasn't just only that. She would do that often with other things as well, where she would just repeat the same stuff that we already know. Like, we don't need you to keep reiterating something, especially such a small detail that doesn't really matter to the plot, because you're trying to paint, obviously, that he's not that good of a boyfriend, but we already know that he's not that great of a boyfriend because of the obvious stuff. The cheating. Another critique I had was romance is too fast. Now, I don't actually mind this now that I'm kind of away from the book for a little while. I actually don't mind that the romance was fast, because honestly, it wasn't that really big of a deal. And I liked the romance regardless, but she definitely has this insta-lovey feeling in both the books. Both the books definitely had that insta-feely. And so if you don't like insta-love type energy, you know, both of these books that I reviewed by J. Jones probably is not for you. Also, as well, I predict pretty much all the plot twists. I predict all of the plot twists. Like, maybe she didn't do it exactly in the way that I thought it on some things, but some things I was dead on. Like, it was very obvious to me, some of the twists that happened in the book, but it was still good, because regardless, I had to separate myself from this book, because I am naturally somebody who can predict plot twists for almost every movie I watch, every book. So I don't want this to be like a critique that made me be like, I didn't like the book. It's not that. It's just that it was kind of obvious to me. And what's obvious to me may not be obvious to you. And this next one, the last one, this kind of goes into the first critic, which was she repeats things. I put she recounts entire scenes sometimes, which is annoying, because I don't need to reread. I already know that it happened. So they will be like, okay, so the characters will be like thinking back on something that had happened like earlier in the book, and she will literally copy and paste the entire thing. Like, I don't want to read that. I don't need to do that. And sometimes, I remember one time she did it twice with the same scene, and I'm like, girl, I'm really not gonna reread that. Like, I was just, all right, swipe, because I don't need to reread that. Like, there needs to be another way that she does this. When they have flashbacks, she needs to figure out a different way to do that, because that's so annoying to have. It was really annoying, and when a gangster wants you, because both main characters was doing it. But it also happened in Heaven Sent Me a Hood Hero too. I hate that. Okay, that's probably actually the only critique that I have that I actually was annoyed by, because I was like, why are you doing this? Like, please do not let me suffer. Everything else was really good. It was a 4-star. It was good. Okay, it was good. Read it. I already actually got my cousin reading it, because I was like, you have to read When a Gangster Wants You by J. Jones, because it's so good. Trust me when I say, although I have these little critiques, it does not negate that I loved the book. I loved it. I really do think it was really good. Randomly decided that I wanted to go to Half Price Books, and well, I found another urban fiction that I always wanted to give another chance. Of course, The Cartel, as y'all have already seen me reading, because I did try to read the book in 2020, and let me tell you, I think I probably got like 60% into the book. And I stopped reading, but I stopped reading because they killed a certain character. And at the time, I was just like, they can't come back for this. I literally put it down and never picked it back up, and I lost the book. So it's very amazing that I found this at Half Price Books. Anyway, I just finished reading The Cartel by Ashley and Jaquavius. The rating I'm going to give this book, The Cartel by Ashley and Jaquavius, is a 4.5. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I had a time while reading it. It didn't quite give me the 5-star feels, because there are a few things that I just didn't like, and one thing I absolutely hated. For anybody who hasn't read The Cartel by Ashley and Jaquavius, and it's crazy if you haven't, because I feel like everybody has at this point but me. It's basically about this family that's centered around a drug business called the Cartel. Now, this family's whole dynamic starts to crumble the minute that their father gets murdered, and they pretty much then have to start fending for themselves, and try to keep this business afloat. Main characters is Young Carter and Mia Moore. Now, Young Carter is the father of the cartel's illegitimate son, But he comes to Miami to basically, you know, lay his dad to rest or whatever, even though he never really knew him. And basically all hell kind of just breaks loose, so he has to stay. He ends up meeting Mia Moore at a casino, and they pretty much hit it off, and they have a love story. But the love story is a little toxic because Mia Moore actually has it out for his family. But it is unbeknownst to her that he is a part of this family, because obviously he was never around. This is his first time actually being around. And it's basically just about their love story and just simply the urban fiction of it all, of like the cartel and all the drug gang and all that, because it didn't deserve the DNF that I gave it, because it was a good book. And honestly, my second time around, now that I'm a bit older, I kind of understand why he died, and I kind of don't have as much feelings about it. I understand now, because at the end of the day, why you two-timing your own brother? You fucked up. But then you turn around at the end of this book and not kill off Mia Moore. I don't know. To me, I feel like Mia Moore should have just died. But you can obviously tell by how it ended that she's not going to die. But whatever. But I also do not condone rape. I hate that shit in books. I don't want to read that shit. I don't want no themes of rape in books. That shit is just not it for me. If this was a personal growth, healing type of story that involved rape, okay. But putting rape in the book just for the simple fact of trauma to a character, no. At the beginning of the book, right here, I put LOL. I love reading old books because they be having the wildest controversial shit in them. And I was talking about the fact that they had all them dang Jamaicans and Haitians talking like, me don't think that we should do that. Me gonna kill you. Another thing that I really loved about this book is why I had to give it that little half, you know, is that I really loved where they was about to go with Breeze and Zaire. Like, this is one of those situations where you start liking the side characters more than the main. I didn't give a damn about Mia Moore and Carter. Actually, I love Carter, but I didn't give a damn about Mia Moore. I didn't care about their love story. Now, as soon as they got Zaire up in there and then Breeze and out, and then, you know, he started, you know, being sweet on Breeze, I said, oh, this is where we need to go. And then they're gonna do what they did. Hi, so I am just here to end this video because I have realized that I am just not getting into ethic. I don't know what it is, I just can't get into it. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a part 2 where I actually try to get into ethic, and I'm also gonna read a couple more urban fictions that I have in the Kindle Unlimited slot. Next video should definitely pertain Ethic by Ashley Antoinette, Captured by a Savage by J. Jones, The Last Man on Earth, I think that's what it's called. Either it's called The Last Man or The Last Man on Earth, and that's by Shay Sanders. So part 2 will definitely be those books for sure, because those are the books that are definitely in my Kindle Unlimited library. Come back for more, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.